My name is Feolami Joseph. I am from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm 19 years old. And I run an initiative called the Educational Guidance Development Initiative, also known as College Guide Africa. And our goal is to bridge the gap between education and career development and employability for young people across Africa. Over the past couple of years, there's been a form of deceleration with how young people are when it comes to skill building. They finish from secondary school and university and they're still confused on what's next once they're done with school. How can they actually use the degrees or the education they've gotten to help them with their future? I had this problem, which was why I realized that this organization I created and this initiative I started was important to help youth to be able to find the actual development and the actual skills that would help them once they're even done with university and secondary school, and to navigate the pathways that would help them to build up employability and careers for themselves. We have a very diverse team of people that work with us in my team. We're about from 6 to 7 different countries. And what we do is that we have regular meetings. And because we all have shared experiences, with some of us either being university graduates, some of us are currently still in university, it makes our work easier to understand and relate to because we all have shared experiences together. Through my initiative, the Educational Guidance Development Initiative under College Guide Africa, we've been able to grow a community of over 40,000 people on social media where we share tips to help youth to understand how to even get into university in the first place, how to develop their skills, and how to navigate being a university student and help them to become employable in the future. We've also run many initiatives and webinars where we teach young people on soft skills. We recently had a skill development workshop where we're able to train over 30 young people on different skills to help them once they're trying to navigate life after university to become more employable. We also had a Reading is Leading campaign Africa. That's one of our campaigns, and through this campaign we're able to donate over 450 books to young people across Nigeria in 2 different states. One of the people we donated books to, she was about to write her WAEC and she didn't have the resources to practice to be able to do her WAEC because she was from a lesser privileged background, but one of the resources we were able to give her was the WAEC past papers as well as a calculator, which went a really long way to help us prepare for high exams. A piece of advice I would give to any young person who wants to become a change maker is to start with whatever you have. I believe that everyone has what it takes to make some sort of impact in their community, and it doesn't matter if you are at a small scale or at a large scale, but begin and make sure you document your journey so that you can track your progress, and also try to have people you can work with too, because when you bring heads together and when you collaborate with other people, it becomes clearer for whatever problem you're trying to solve. It's important for everyone to be a change maker because everyone has a problem in their community that needs to be solved. There's sometimes this notion that you need to wait for someone else or a bigger person to be able to create or to change the problem. But when everyone puts in their hands and puts in the ideas they have to create changes in their communities, then it becomes easier to solve whatever larger problem we have at large. I took a gap year when I was 17 years old, and during this gap year, I got to work in human resources as an organization. During this gap year, I got to see how people applied for jobs online. I got to see how people applied for interviews and spoke at interviews, and a lot of people seemed very timid. They seemed unsure of themselves and they didn't necessarily understand how to relate with people. And the more I got to interact with these younger people, I realized that there was a huge skill gap, and there's a huge gap in general with how young people were able to navigate the job market at a large, which was why I realized that this was a pending problem and a huge problem that needed to be solved.